Hi guys, how's it going? Happy Sunday. Here we go then with our weekly reading. So this is where I'm going to pull 7 cards to represent the 7 days ahead, and then I'm going to clarify using a second deck. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can stay put. If you're watching anywhere else, head over to YouTube for the extended version, okay? I'm going to use my own deck. This is the Abstract Arcana deck. So I'm going to use this deck to pull the 7 cards. And let's see what the week ahead has in store. Let's hope it's a good one. Can't believe we're into July already, so soon. Okay, let's go. Wow, 3 major arcana straight off the bat, 4. So 4 out of the 7 are major arcana. So when we talk about the majors and the minors, the majors are the more powerful messages, the kind of lessons and things that we might need to learn. So let's have a look. We open with the Lovers. So the Lovers can represent a soul connection, a new connection, lots of chemistry, lots of attraction. So for some of you on Monday, this would represent Monday. Give or take, remember that tarot's an energy reading, okay, so it might not necessarily be exactly day by day, but we're looking at the very near future. So this could represent a new connection, a new romance. It could be the deepening of a connection, taking a connection to the next level. Sometimes the Lovers, for me, traditionally, the meaning can be a choice, okay? So there could be a choice between 2 people, a choice about who you want to be with, and maybe that means leaving someone else behind. So yeah, sometimes it's choices and decisions, but it's very powerful. It's like a powerful union that represents soulmate energy, attraction, chemistry, passion, all of those things. It also represents Gemini. So that is where we open on Monday, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. Now, this is one of my favourite cards. For those of you on my Patreon, you would have heard us talk about the, myself and Danny were talking about our favourite cards on our Patreon podcast. And I do love the Wheel of Fortune because it's all around things turning. At any point, things can change. And the Wheel of Fortune brings in that change. So it can be a complete turnaround of a situation. It can be about aligning you to be in the right place at the right time. It has like an undertone of things like fate and timing. So it could be that on Tuesday you just happen to be in the right place at the right time for some kind of reason. This can obviously be for like opportunities. It could be work opportunities. It could be to make a certain connection. It could just be saying that things are now aligning for you. And if there has been a particularly challenging situation, there's going to be a complete turnaround. And sometimes it's completely unexpected. It's something that you just can't ever see happening. And all of a sudden, it just completely transforms. So yeah, I really, really love the Wheel of Fortune. So that is the energy for day 2. Change is coming. Okay, day 3, the Empress. So the Empress in the tarot is the divine feminine. There really is no one above the Empress. She exudes creation and beauty and elegance. She can represent motherhood, okay, so she can represent creation in that way, creation being a mother, but she can be representing creative ventures, birthing new ideas. So it's not always in terms of birthing, you know, a child, but it can be birthing new ideas, new projects, new beginnings. But she knows her worth, she knows her power, the Empress. She's not going to be that kind of masculine energy that is going forward to chase anything. It's almost like she's drawing in what is meant for her by being confident and by being that very sort of nurturing, flowy kind of energy. So sometimes when we get the Empress in a reading like this, it's saying go with the flow, okay? Don't force anything, don't push anything, don't rush anything. And if there is an element that you're trying to create something, whatever that may be, it would bode really, really well for that, okay? So that is day 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3 major arcana straight out, which is interesting because there's 78 cards here. Okay, day 4, the 6 of Pentacles. Now this can be about exchange, particularly on this card, it looks financial. So it can be a financial exchange. So it could be like if you're buying a property, the exchange goes through, the money changes hands. It can sometimes be a lump sum of money for me as a reader. It could be like unexpected, like a tax rebate, a bonus, a win, a gift, something like that. But it usually is financial. The overall energy of the 6 of Pentacles though is give and take, okay? So it's like when you're in a good position, remember to give back, because you may be in a position where, you know, you need some help in the future. So it's like that give and take, and it can reach out to like the wider community, okay? So it can be things like helping out within the community and making sure that you're, you know, things are balanced, that you're not somebody that's just taking from those around you. And that doesn't just mean financially, that may mean like energy, time, effort, that kind of thing. So just making sure that you're sort of keeping that balance, giving back, whilst also receiving. But as I said, for me as a reader, quite often this is financial, and it is like a lump sum or an unexpected exchange of money. All right, so is that ever a bad thing? Probably not. Okay, so then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, day 5, which will be Friday. We got the 10 of Swords. So some people really fear the 10 of Swords because it can represent endings, it can represent betrayal and things which are quite painful and challenging, but it can also represent the end of a cycle or the end of a situation. So it really depends what you're going through in your life. Obviously, when we dig a little bit deeper with the second deck, we'll get a bit more clarity. But it could be, for example, if you've been going through something really, really challenging, it's now coming to an end. So it's not always, you know, as bad as it may first seem. And with this card here, you can see that the dawn is starting to rise. And so it's this energy of things will get better from here. It's always darkest before the dawn. It's that kind of energy. Okay, so if you have been going through something, whether this be like a bereavement, a difficult time in your life, a painful ending, a painful breakup, you know, the dawn is coming. Things are going to improve from here. Okay, then we get the Temperance card. It's actually not one of my favourites. It does represent Sagittarius, which is my sign, but it's about balance and patience and things like that, and I'm not the most patient sometimes. So yeah, Temperance is about remaining balanced and showing patience and things like this. Again, it can be a matter of timing. On this card there is like a sand timer here, so it could be that there's a situation that you've had to be very, very patient with, or it may be a message saying to you that this week you're going to have to try to be very patient and not snap. Okay, so like remain balanced, remain calm, don't react, just take a breath. Okay, and then day 7, which will be next Sunday, we get the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords can represent a crossroads. It's very much like a thinking energy. The Swords is like thought processes, and with this card the person is blindfolded, so it's almost like you may feel like whichever decision you make or whichever direction you go in, you're confused, or you don't feel like either one of them is going to be a good, you know, a good decision. So it can be about feeling torn about a choice or a decision, but the clarity usually will come. So sometimes it's just like saying take a minute. Okay, like take a minute before you make this choice, because at the moment you're not sure, you're not clear, and so like don't jump one way or the other until you're a bit clearer about something, or you've got more information or something like that. So overall, a pretty positive week, I would say. Lots of positivity, lots of change coming in, creation, potentially money. So it's looking good. It's looking very good. Just maybe needing to exert a little bit of calmness or patience towards next weekend. Okay, I'm going to dig a little bit deeper using the Dark Mansion Tarot. If you could stick around, great. And if not, I'll see you soon. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. Let's dig a little bit deeper into the week ahead. So we open on Monday with the Lovers here. This is Gemini energy. This can be soul connection, romantic connection. Sometimes it's a choice between 2 people. Maybe you've got options. Let's have a look. Why is the Lovers here for Monday? It can be reconnection as well, reconnecting with someone if there's been like a disconnect. All right, let's have a look. The Fool, yeah, new beginnings. 4 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this could be saying that this is going to start off small. The Page of Pentacles can also be a new venture though, or a new beginning, and somebody making some kind of gesture. Okay, but it may be like a small gesture. So if there has been like you know, a falling out or a disconnection, it may start with something small before it builds into something else. The 4 of Cups is really like an energy where you've been feeling let down or disappointed. So maybe somebody has kind of disappointed you with the way they've been behaving or the choices they've been making. Or it could just be that you felt a bit despondent when it comes to love and when it comes to romance. You know, what's being offered hasn't really fulfilled you up until this point. But with this Fool energy, it could be a completely new beginning, a completely new chapter in your love life. A completely new powerful soul connection, but it could also be a new chapter within a connection. Okay, and if somebody else is needing to make the choice, it feels like they're going to take that chance on you. Okay, so if there's like a choice and you feel like this other person has got people around them, it looks like they will take that leap of faith, that chance, that risk to step out, you know, towards you. So yeah, it's a good energy. It is positive. All right, day 2, the Wheel of Fortune. What is the Wheel of Fortune bringing in for us? This is like fate, timing, alignment, change. What is the Wheel of Fortune bringing in for us this week? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Six of Pentacles, money, money. So we've got double Six of Pentacles. Okay, the Tower, change. Yeah, we know. Okay, so it looks like an ending to some sort of, so the change is going to be that if you've been going through a Tower moment, so Tower moments can be a little bit disruptive, destructive, stressful. I've also got the Nine of Swords here, which can represent kind of anxiety, not sleeping, pressure. This could all be financial because we do have the Six of Pentacles there. So if we join the energy together, it could be saying that if you've had like financial hardship, you've been going through a difficult time or a difficult time in your life in general, this is about to do the 180. This is where we get the turnaround with the Wheel of Fortune, because the major arcana is the more powerful energy. We do obviously have the Tower there, which is also a major, but following the Tower, we get the Star, which is like there is still hope, okay? So if you've been struggling, if things have been quite challenging, whether this be like mental anxiety and pressure, whether this be financial, or just some other kind of Tower moment where you've been going through a real period of disruption, this is about to turn around, and it's going to turn around pretty quickly, pretty unexpectedly, I would say. Okay, day 3, the Empress. So the Divine Feminine, the creation, the creator. She can be taken as very maternal energy. Let's have a look. Why is the Empress here on day 3? The Empress. She can be a message just to go with the flow, okay? Not false, not being your masculine. The Hierophant, okay? The Page of Swords. The Eight of Cups, okay. So the Hierophant can be about a lesson that has been learned here. The Hierophant can sometimes be taken as like a teacher or a guru or a spiritual guide. So there has been some sort of lesson here, and the lesson seems to be that you've walked away from things which haven't been fulfilling you emotionally, or emotionally really, with the Eight of Cups, things which are broken, things which haven't been working. But because you've done that, because you've sort of learnt this lesson and you've moved forward and you've taken yourself in a new direction, now everything will be blossoming and growing, and that's where the creation starts to happen. So it could even be taken as you've created a whole new version of yourself. Or you've created a whole new life for yourself because you finally like left behind what was dragging you down. It's kind of like that saying, you know, like let go or be dragged. And I feel like you've let go, and so now you're not being dragged, and everything's starting to really like blossom and bloom and be very positive for you. With the Page of Swords here as well, this could be on the back of gathering some sort of insight or information. Sometimes the Page of Swords can be like the investigator, or like the knowledge. So it could be that, you know, it also makes sense with learning a lesson. You've learned something here. There's knowledge that's been gained that's led you on this path. One more, Ten of Pentacles, yeah. So you're heading towards completion. The Ten of Pentacles is like happiness, stability, abundance. So yeah, whatever this is, you've made the right decision and you're now on the right path, okay? This could be the decision that is upcoming, but I feel for a lot of you this has already happened, because now you're in that Empress energy when perhaps before you weren't. Okay, Six of Pentacles. So we've had it twice already. Let's have a look what this may be referring to. Give or take, balance, finances. What is the Six of Pentacles trying to tell us this week? Let's see. Four of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. How funny. So we had the Wheel of Fortune clarified by the Six of Pentacles, and then we got the Six of Pentacles clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. That's really interesting, because it's definitely saying there's a change in circumstances in a positive way. Because with this Four of Swords energy, it can be about healing. It can be having to sort of, you've been working on yourself. For some of you, it may be if you've not been feeling very well and you've had to take time off, and therefore money has, you know, been impacted by that. This is definitely turning around. It could even be saying that money you were owed, that you'd given up on, is now coming back to you, because we get the Wheel of Fortune turning into the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, positivity, happiness, and we had the Eight of Cups here with the Empress, and then we follow on to the Nine of Cups. So definitely this transition energy of you're heading in the right direction. Things are now aligning for you. You're on the right path. Everything's turning. So it does feel like there has been maybe quite a lot of challenges or quite a lot of difficult energy. And this week brings that turning point where, you know, the sun comes out, hopefully, literally, and things start to feel much brighter and much more positive for you. But yeah, if this is financial, again, if this is financial with that Six of Pentacles there, you're going to have a positive turnaround in your financial situation, okay? Okay, then we get the Ten of Swords. As I said, some people don't, you know, they fear the Ten of Swords because it can be endings. and it can be painful, and it can be like a transition. But let's clarify, what are we bringing to an end? What is it that we're bringing to an end with this Ten of Swords? And the Two of Swords, bringing an end to confusion. Got the Empress and the Ace of Pentacles. There's a lot of repetition this week. It's interesting. I've still got quite a lot of cards here, and I only used 7 from the other deck. So it could be saying that there is an ending to the confusion here, because as I said, the Ten of Swords can be a very clear ending, but it could be an ending to a situation, ending to the confusion, ending to being left in limbo, or not sure what, you know, which way you're going, making that decision maybe to bring something to an end. But what follows on from that is the Ace of Pentacles, which is like a solid new beginning, something much more solid, something much more tangible, and often the tens will break to the ace, you know, as in the order of the tarot. So there is something here which may have come to an end. If it is, say for example, it is a relationship, okay, that's come to an end, there can still be a solid new beginning here, okay, or there's something more solid incoming. Again, if it's like you've lost a job or something like that, if that's what's come to an end, there's a better offer coming. The Ace of Pentacles is, you know, it's shiny, it's new, it's fun, it's positive, and it's stable. And again, we get that Empress to back it up. So the Empress deserves everything and more. You know, she's on that pedestal, and that feminine energy of abundance and flow and everything that, you know, is deserving coming your way. So I don't feel like this is a particularly negative outcome, even though it may have been painful at the time, or there may have been some kind of sense of betrayal. Sometimes the Ten of Swords literally feels like you've been stabbed in the back somehow. Friendships, relationships, work situations. But whatever it is, as you come out of the other side, there's something much better. Like this shiny, you know, this shiny Ace of Pentacles is being offered. So it will be worth it. It will turn out all right. Okay. Day, where are we? 6. Temperance. As I said, not my favourite card. It can represent patience and balance and needing to maybe just take a breath, take a minute. Why have we got Temperance here? So we've got 4 of Wands, 6 of Wands, High Priestess. Okay, yeah. The High Priestess, again, is a very, like, calm energy. Sometimes it's like things we don't yet know. So it may be saying that at the moment, you don't have all the information, or you don't have all the facts, or it's going to take a little bit longer to get somewhere, okay? But the High Priestess can be also spiritual guidance, intuition, awareness. So it can be saying that tap into that a little bit more. But with this 4 of Wands, 6 of Wands, the 4 of Wands is definitely celebration, good news. Sometimes it can represent weddings, marriage, living together, things like that. And the 6 of Wands is success. It's victory and success and positivity, recognition. And it's funny that actually on this card in particular, that I don't know how clear you'll see it, but there are 2 people standing in the middle getting married. And as I said, the 4 of Wands can be, you know, engagement, celebration, positivity. So maybe it's something you've been waiting for a long time. For some of you, it's like you've been extremely patient, you've been tempered, you've been balanced, waiting for something to progress. For others of you, if it's not tied into a relationship in that way, it could be successful outcomes after a long struggle, you know, something you've been waiting for, like a promotion or a financial settlement or a court case or whatever it may be. Something you've been very patient about is going to bring around a successful outcome, and probably very soon. With that 4 of Wands, 6 of Wands, we could be talking kind of like 4 to 6 weeks at the most, could even be days. The Wands are very fast moving energy. So your patience and your balance will pay off. But with that High Priestess, there could also be a message there about trusting your intuition, or trusting your spiritual kind of signs and guidance and things like that. Okay, day 7, the 2 of Swords. What is this decision or this confusion? What is this decision or this confusion linked to? Let's have a look. Okay. The Emperor, the King of Cups, okay, the Magician, all right. So it could be that your decision or your confusion is around 2 different energies. They're both masculine energies. The Emperor is the divine masculine. It would be taken as the counterpart to the Empress. For me, the Emperor can be a little bit of a stubborn energy, somebody that you've been dealing with that is maybe a little bit selfish or only seeing things from their perspective. It does represent Aries in terms of the zodiac. whilst the King of Cups is a bit of a softer energy, the King of Cups is a bit more emotional, a bit more sort of go with the flow. It could be that, you know, you're dealing with two sides of a person. So it like two sides of a personality. It doesn't always represent two different people, but it could be that, you know, you're torn because one minute somebody is showing you quite a selfish, arrogant side, and the next minute they're showing you quite a warm and loving side, and you're like, what is going on here? But as I said, for some of you, this could be dealing with two different personalities, different energies. The Magician is interesting to me because the Magician quite often is around manifestation or something that you have kind of like created in a way. Maybe you've created a situation where, you know, you thought that you wanted somebody quite driven or quite dynamic, and it turns out that actually they're leaning a bit too much on the arrogant side. And then the other person may be a little bit too soft and a little bit too, I don't know, overly emotional. And so you're like, oh, you know, what have I done? Got 10 of Swords, so it will come to an end. The confusion will come to an end. So it's funny that we're getting lots of repetition this week. The confusion will come to an end, yeah, and there will be a close of a cycle. So this won't go on for too much longer. The confusion will end, and the one cycle will close. Yeah, and then it's almost like you set out on a new journey, or you make a choice. But I feel like it could be that you sort of move away from both of these energies because it's just too confusing, and you just think, do you know what, I'll just close out the cycle with both situations or both people, or if it's one person, you're just going to close that cycle and move forward. Okay, let's use the Oracle just to pull a couple of cards to round up the week. It's an interesting one. Lots of change, lots of things turning around unexpectedly. Financial abundance coming in. Let's have a look. What does the Oracle want to summarize? Okay, we've got lies, deception and secrecy, blocks and obstacles. Okay, so one of the blocks or obstacles around you could be that someone's been sort of deceptive to you, or you've not been honest to yourself, or the blocks and the obstacles are going to be removed once you find out something that you didn't know, because deception or secrecy, it may just be things unknown. Okay, we've got distance, travel and adventure. So I don't know if some of you are going away this week. If you are, have a good one. And then we've got falling for you. So I think this is referring to that Lovers energy that we got at the beginning of the week. What's the bottom of the deck saying? Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. So that could be that that's what you're dealing with this week. But for me, this is just thoughts, okay? This is like the air sign energy, thought processes going on. So overall, a really, really positive week. Have a good one. Let me know how it unfolds, and I'll see you soon.